Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Hope you guys are all doing wonderful today. And I have an amazing piece of information that's just going to blow you guys away. And I just want to bring everybody's attention to the fact that over the last couple days I've been seeing signs leading to August 3rd and 4th, and then honing in on actually August 2nd. And so my last two videos have been focusing specifically on August 2nd. Now I'm going to share a piece of information that was sent to me today, and this is going to be a doozy. Okay, we're watching the birthday of Barack Obama on August 4th, but then we've made a few connections, and I will connect again at the end to be able to bring everybody up to speed on what I shared in my previous videos. But as we're watching August 2nd connected to the timing of the birthday of Barack Obama on August 4th, we can see that the beam that was signed by President Obama was installed at the World Trade Center on August 2nd. Okay, so Obama put his name on the beam that was installed at the World Trade Center, which happened exactly on June 14th. June 14th, his name was put and his signature was put on the beam at the One World Trade Center. But that beam was not raised up until August 2nd. The beam signed by President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama during their visit to the World Trade Center site on June 14th is among the final beams added to the 104-story building. Okay, so this beam that was signed by Obama has his name on the beam, was raised on August 2nd, 2012. Beam signed by Obama, raised at World Trade Center, August 2nd. Now, if we go and look at the meaning of the number 9, because we have a 9-year connection from 2012 to 2021, 9 years to the day from the raising of this beam. The number 9 is a symbol of finality or completeness. It is written in the Bible that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, died exactly at the 9th hour of the day when he was crucified on the cross. The death of Christ was a symbol of the finality of his purpose on earth. He died to pave the way for salvation. Finality or completeness. Okay? So, as I was looking at this specific day that Obama signed the beam that was raised on the World Trade Center, August 2nd, 2012, I wanted to see if there were any significant events in history on August 2nd. Could this be some type of a ritual day, a ritual event that concurs with many things that have happened in the past and maybe other things that will happen in the future, as we're watching now, August 2nd of 2021. So on this day in history, historical events that took place on August 2nd, wow, the United States Declaration of Independence was formally signed on August 2nd, 1776. Isn't that amazing? Formal signing of the U.S. Declaration of Independence was August 2nd, 1776. George Washington in 1782 creates an honorary badge of distinction. I don't know the full history of the honorary badge of distinction and why he created it on this day, but recently we have in Israel, they are launching the happy badges for those who are vaccinated to be able to identify themselves. So we have an honorary badge of distinction that was created on August 2nd by George Washington. Now here's an interesting detail, and you'll notice that some of these are connecting mostly to the United States, not all of them, but this one, 1790 in August 2nd, the first census in the United States was conducted. Okay, now what do we have with the control of the people through the vaccination? And it's the understanding of those who have been vaccinated and identifying those who have been vaccinated, and it's about controlling the people, and it's a census. Well, it just so happens that the first census, the first time the United States has ever tried to have an understanding and a control of all the people they have under their power, was also on August 2nd. I think this is a very telling detail. Now, 1802, Napoleon Bonaparte was declared consul for life after winning national referendum. Consul for life. Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, why would I even mention this? Do you guys remember that Newsweek showed Barack Obama as Napoleon Bonaparte? The Obama conquest? Obama as Napoleon Bonaparte, and Napoleon Bonaparte declared consul for life on August 2nd. Now here's one you guys are going to all like. This is connected to Alice in Wonderland and everything we've watched. There's so many connections that the elite show Alice was shown on the cover of The Economist magazine, and she's pointed to in I Pet Goat, which is the rise, the coming Antichrist. Well, in 1865, Lewis Carroll publishes Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, August 2nd. What do you know? What do you guys think about that connection to August 2nd? That is a very telling piece of information. Here's another one for you. 1934, Adolf Hitler becomes Commander-in-Chief of German Armed Forces. Dictator of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler becomes Commander-in-Chief. Okay, here we go. There's more. And in 2020, SpaceX Dragon capsule carrying NASA astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken splashes down in the Gulf of Mexico, first commercial crewed mission. A sign of the Dragon, August 2nd, 2020, 1 year ago. Okay? Splashes down in the Gulf of Mexico, which is really close to where I am, in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. I'm very close to the Gulf of Mexico, and this is where the Dragon capsule splashed down on August 2nd, 2020. So these are interesting connections to the beam of Barack Obama, which would be the crowning of the Antichrist. The representation of Barack Obama's name being raised up to the top story of the One World Trade Center. Now remember, we have shown this, as have many others, shown this, but the actual building itself, the One World Trade Center, you can see it in the number 1, One World. is in the form of a syringe and a needle on top. One World Trade Center, the One World Freedom Tower, and the beam that was raised exactly. There's an interesting detail too, because the prophecy of Daniel connects to the number 49, 7 times 7, 70 times 7, 490. But then we have from June 14th, the day the beam was signed, to the day it was raised up is 49 days. You can do the math on that. 49 days from the signing of the beam to the raising of the beam. Okay? All right, guys. And there's one more piece of information also sent to me by my Facebook friend, and I told her this is amazing information, and this is a true sign of finality. This is a true sign of finality, what we are watching here. So she sent me this final piece of information. Remember, 9 years in the Bible is the number of finality. And as we're watching, we're watching the United States recognition of Jerusalem. I shared in my previous videos how we watched from the Great American Eclipse in 2017, and we went forward to the middle point between the two Great American Eclipses, and we came to the first day of the vaccinations, December 14th, 2020. Then we followed the line of the Revelation 12 sign, and it brought us to Resurrection Day, it brought us to Pentecost, it brought us to the lunar and solar eclipses, it brought us to the 40-day warning of Jonah, to July 20th, July 26th. Okay? Now, if we watch from the order to restore Jerusalem, which was Donald Trump's declaration and recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital on December 6th, 2017, and we go forward 1,335 days, it brings us to August 2nd, 2021. Okay? And as we shared in our previous video, the order to restore Jerusalem is the beginning of the Daniel day counts. The order to restore Jerusalem. So this is a fitting beginning point of our final countdown, the order to restore Jerusalem, the recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, December 6th, 2017, 1,335 days. Now, this brings us to August 2nd. Now look what my sister from Facebook shared with me. August 2nd, 2012. A horizontal steel beam signed by President Barack Obama and about 100 construction workers was hoisted from street level and installed on the 104th floor of New York City's One World Trade Center on Thursday. Two workers, James Brady and Billy Goggin, whose safety harnesses were attached first to two exterior columns and then to the white painted beam itself, set the 35-foot long 11,000 pound support beam in place some 1,335 feet above ground level. Okay. This beam by Barack Obama was set in place on August 2nd, and it was set above ground level 1,335 feet. Okay. See, the beam itself was set up at a height of 1,335 feet. Okay? So, you don't think that all of this is planned according to the biblical scenario of the rise of the Antichrist on day 1,335? Okay? From the order to restore Jerusalem on December 6th, 2017, 1,335 days, August 2nd, and even the beam itself was set up at 1,335 feet. This is in the written article of the event, August 2nd, 2012. Finality and completeness. So I'm very thankful that so many brothers and sisters from around the world are sending information, putting the connections together. This is a team effort, and I thank God for all of my brothers and sisters in Christ who are working together to help us find the day of our escape. Finality, completeness, August 2nd, 2021. I pray you guys are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.